Tim and I started this with the idea that we could actually come around a business and really help them with their marketing and serve as their marketing team. And so that meant everything from creating the strategy, to building the design, to putting content together, to then actually executing it. So we really work through that whole process of what the whole marketing piece should look like, from beginning and creation and design all the way to the getting it out there. So that's the goal of the company.
I've been in the advertising industry for a little while, and
a minute or two.
We all had, and we saw that clients were struggling because they didn't have all the pieces and they didn't know where to find all the pieces. So we thought if we could put together a compass that would help them with everything, it worked out great for them so far. It's been wonderful.
So Tim and I have worked together for a million years, like 15 years or so. We've worked on so many projects together that people just don't even know that we were behind. So a lot of times Tim might be serving as a media buyer, media rep, but really we would sit in the office and try to figure out, well, what if I wanted to do this? And what if I wanted to do that? And so together we would craft really cool concepts that we would then launch, whether it was through the companies that I was doing, or maybe it was through some of the marketing tactics that we would do running through the radio. But it was fun and exciting what we could create. And honestly, when it comes to working with who you're going to work with on a media rep, you want to like them. And we really got along really well. And we had people just like us and greater, right? I think Tim said it yesterday, to bring giants around us. And these are two giants in the industry who are just absolutely excellent at what they do, right? So whether it's event planning, it's marketing, it's strategy, it's understanding what tactics we should be running to make sure that they get the most value out of the work they're doing. These two, they do that in their sleep. And so we get to harness the power of what we think are some of the best in the industry as far as what we have, not just here in Topeka, but I go well beyond.
My position is a creative and strategy director, and so I can, and I think I described myself this way to Tara, I'm pretty darn good, or at least I'd like to think so, at being a bridge. So if it's needing to sit with a client and roll through a great big strategy, cool, let's do that. If it's actual creative implementation and building design and getting the video set up or the website set up or, all that kind of stuff, I can help between what Tim and Tara are out running around and doing, and then translating that into what actually gets produced.
I bring a lot of community engagement. In my past positions, I had a very strong background with working with donors, planning events, and really just bringing the marketing to the next level with brands. And I feel like that's where I really get like the thrill of it all, is just how can I make things better? How can I put myself in the position of what would I do to want that product? What would I do to want to go to that event? And so that's how my brain thinks, and that's why I'm always constantly like, okay, well, I'm not thinking of Shelby when I'm thinking of making a brand better. I'm thinking of the actual consumer buying that product or going to that special event or just being a customer of a brand in general. So I'm always like, how can I take a brand to the next level? So for me, this was a perfect fit.
Not here, we have Danielle Smith, who works with us too, and she does our design. She's been with us since really like the first couple weeks we got launched. So we immediately brought a designer to kind of fill the role of, we have it as define, which is me, kind of the strategy, thinking about like where are we going, what are we going to try to do, and then Danielle really stepped in as our design, and she filled that role, and then Tim is on the deliver side to make sure everything gets executed. We worked really hard. We have so many relationships in this community that matter so much to us. So I think one of the most important things that we're working on right now is being excellent with the clients we have, to ensure that we take really good care of them. One of the reasons we did this was because sometimes when you're any kind of company, you go too far, right? You get too many clients and then you don't take care of them. And so what's probably the most important thing at this moment is to have that conversation of like, how do we make sure that those that we've got on board are really, really, really well taken care of, so that anyone that comes and joins us, we have some clear processes and systems in place to really make sure that we take good care of them.
We just wanted to have something that would take everyone from start to finish as far as our clients. and there really wasn't that piece out there. So we take them from, as Tara said, the define through design and then through the delivery. There wasn't any type of company really that was doing the whole thing. There's companies that are doing every different pieces of it very well, but we just want to be able to help someone. And I think Tara said it best one time when she was in a different role. She worked with different companies that would do real pieces really well, but they didn't help her get it all the way through to the finish. So we want our clients to not have to think about it as much, because we want to take it and run with it. So we want to really just be able to deliver to them a whole product.
One of my first meetings, we were talking to, we were sitting in there, we were representing Compass, but also the client, and they're getting questions, and I love that how our client is thinking is, this is our marketing team, they just don't have an office here. And that's exactly how we feel too, and how we want them to feel, is that we're so connected to them. And Tara has talked about this a lot. She wants us to feel so connected to them, that we are their marketing. We're not just like an agency like some have been in the past.
Right now, if somebody's interested in learning more about us, you can go to weareyourcompass.com and learn more about who we are. All of our information's out there. We want you to be able to reach us. It's pretty easy too. It's Jennifer at We Are Your Compass, Tara, Shelby, Tim, Danielle. And so we want to make it easy for people to access us.